King Arthur, the legendary British leader, has been the inspiration for many legends. Its story has been retold by word of mouth for centuries. Some details were hidden, some were distorted, and some non-existent ones appeared at all. However, by examining historical facts and sources, we can shed some light on this legendary figure and understand the historical context in which he may have lived. The earliest written mention of King Arthur dates back to the 9th century, in a book called The History of Britain, which lists 12 battles that Arthur allegedly fought and won. However, the book does not provide any details about Arthur's life or character. King Arthur only became a popular figure in literature in the 12th century, with the publication of Geoffrey of Monmouth's History of the Kings of Britain. In this book, Arthur is portrayed as a great warrior and leader who united the British tribes against the invading Saxons. Other literary works that followed, such as Thomas Malory's Le Morte d'Arthur in the 15th century, added additional embellishments to Arthur's story, including his famous sword Excalibur and his association with the Knights of the Round Table. These works also mention his legendary associates such as Lancelot, Galahad, Percival, and Tristan. Merlin appears in Malory's work, a wise wizard who helped Arthur in his exploits and gave him advice. Together they defeated their enemies and consolidated their power in Britain. Despite the lack of concrete historical evidence, some scholars believe that there may have been an actual King Arthur who lived in the late 5th and early 6th centuries. This was the time when the Roman Empire left Britain and subsequently the island was invaded by Germanic tribes such as the Saxons. It is possible that Arthur was a leader who rose to power during a time of chaos and helped the British in their resistance against the invaders. Some theories suggest that he was a general who defended the remaining Roman strongholds from the Saxons, who subsequently united the British tribes against a common enemy. Perhaps King Arthur was a mythological figure created by the Britons to inspire the inhabitants of Britain to resist their conquerors. However, in 1998, archaeologists discovered the remains of a 6th-century palace at Tintagel, a site long associated with Arthurian legends. The location and size of the palace suggest that it was probably the residence of a wealthy and powerful leader, perhaps even a king or prince. The discovery of imported Mediterranean ceramics and wine once again indicates that this place had a high status and had connections with other regions. These finds have led some scholars to speculate that Tintagel was the site of a royal court, possibly even the court of King Arthur himself, as the site is closely associated with legends about him. Discover untold stories and lost legends. Stay on the channel so as not to miss new journeys through the lost pages of history.